96.7 KCAL rocks. Good morning. It is time for some sports. That's why we call in our guy, Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Good morning, guys. Let's start off with these words, this phrase, zero chance. Because Sean McVay, the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams football team, says there is zero chance that we will see Matt Stafford, the new quarterback that's supposed to lead the Rams to the promised land, maybe a Super Bowl championship. There is zero chance that we will see him in the preseason. And I bring that up because the Rams are playing the Raiders this Saturday. So we're assuming we will not see Matt Stafford. But here's the caveat, guys. The Rams and the Raiders are having some joint practices. And apparently when they went up against each other, which is like a scrimmage, I guess you could say, the Raiders picked off Stafford like 3 times. So again, it's just a scrimmage, and I don't put a lot of value in those, and we're not going to see Stafford until we get to the regular season. But I don't know if there's a little bit of concern there in terms of not seeing a lot of Stafford, and what we have heard and seen, not necessarily good in these scrimmages, these controlled settings.
Maybe a little concerned because I was telling 42 that Hunter Renfrow was using and abusing Jalen Ramsey too.
I mean, maybe they're just working some stuff out, trying some new things. Who knows? Plus, I have a theory. It's hard. He had all those years in Detroit. He's used to throwing the silver helmets.
Right.
So he sees a silver helmet. He thinks that's my guy.
Just needs to clear up that confusion, and he's good.
Just look for the horns.
You know, listen, I know you're both football guys, so you go into a scrimmage or you go up, against another team in this joint practice. You're not going to put all your cards on the table. I get it. You're not going to show everything that you've got. But still, again, we haven't seen a whole lot of Matt Stafford, but what we have seen and heard, it's like getting intercepted 3 times in a scrimmage against the Raiders. I'm just a little concerned, but apparently the Rams and a lot of their fans are not concerned. But I guess we'll find out when it all kicks off against the Bears in the regular season. But do not plan to see Matt Stafford come this weekend when the Rams take on the Raiders on Saturday.
Bummer, man. I'm way excited to see how he does because I think he's going to have a good year. But yeah, you said 3 interceptions? Who knows?
Yeah, and he's older, so.
He is. I mean, is he a great quarterback? He is. Did he play on some bad teams? Yeah, he sure did in Detroit. So it's kind of hard to gauge, like, how good is he if he actually had great players around him. So, but we're going to find out in a hurry. So I'm just putting that out there because, again, we have not seen a whole lot of Matt Stafford this offseason and preseason for the Rams. So a lot of question marks there. Also this weekend, we got the 49ers taking on the Chargers in preseason play. That's also on Sunday, also in Los Angeles. And for the Chargers, again, this second game of the preseason might be the closest thing we get to a real tune-up, a real curtain dress rehearsal for these NFL teams before we get to the regular season. So maybe we will see a little bit of Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. But if we do, I think it might just be a series or 2, and then they get him out of there because we already know what he's about. We know he can ball, and he'll be ready for the regular season. Keep him healthy, right?
Air Bear's going to be ready.
Yeah, I mean, everything we were used to before was like the 4 preseason games, and the third one was what they call that dress rehearsal where you actually see the starters in. There's only 3 now, so this week is pretty much, if you're going to see starters in the preseason, it's going to be this week, and then next week they're all going to be gone.
It is a little different.
Yeah, listen, if there's football on TV, I'm going to watch it. I love it. Even if it's backup guys, if it's practice squad guys out there fighting for jobs, like, I'm going to watch it. But it just feels a little bit different when you're like, whoa, okay, those are the number ones. That's the starting unit for that NFL team. So if that's your team and you're a fan, you're like, okay, this is going to resemble what the regular season should be looking like, for your NFL team. So if you are a fan out there and your team plays this weekend, just keep an eye on that because it could resemble what your team will look like going forward into the regular season.
Best part is, too, is if you really love football, you're going to get it tonight, you're going to get it tomorrow, and you're going to get it this weekend.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love the preseason. They spread it out. Thursday games, Friday games, Saturday games, Sunday games. It's all over the place. Right. If you want to find it, you will find NFL games. Guys, if you want to find an NBA game, they're going to start in October. The NBA released its schedule. The Lakers are going to play the Golden State Warriors on opening night. That's a big game. And then on Christmas, you can always just mark it down. It's going to happen. The Lakers playing on Christmas Day. And this upcoming Christmas, it's going to be the Lakers taking on the Brooklyn Nets, which many people thought that was going to be last year's NBA Finals. Maybe it'll be this season's NBA Finals, but we'll get a taste of it come Christmas Day.
Yeah, it's like we always don't know what those teams are going to look like when it finally comes around.
Now we just need the Lakers to stay healthy.
Yeah, both teams, right?
The Lakers a little bit more up there.
Of course.
old in the tooth.
Yeah, you're right. A little long in the tooth.
Long in
Right.
the tooth, yeah.
You know, I heard this conversation the other day, and they were saying, what big three would you rather have? The Lakers' big three in LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook, or the Brooklyn Nets' big three in Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving? And most people were picking the Nets, and I'm not a Laker fan, but I kind of was leaning towards the Lakers. I think I would rather go with the Lakers' big three.
It's a tough call because you got a great player and two nutbags.
You're right. You're right. I mean, you've got a ton of talent. All these guys can score, but like Russell Westbrook's a little difficult. Kyrie Irving, we know he's difficult. James Harden's kind of a weirdo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these guys are great players, but the chemistry, right? I know it's like that. You can't. It's not a tangible thing. That team chemistry. How are these guys going to get along? But they're all great players. Put them together. Can they be a great team?
And as we're talking about all that, the Suns are just going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. Or the Milwaukee Bucks. It's always going to be some weird team from out of nowhere, right? That's going to get good next year. I just know it's not going to be my Sacramento Kings. Everyone else has a chance, but not Sacramento. Everybody else does. Guys, let's transition to baseball real quick as we wrap things up. You know, the Dodgers beat the Pirates last night 9-0, and the Dodgers have beaten Pittsburgh 16 straight games. Like, that's crazy.
Domination right there. That's sometimes you just have somebody's number.
But I mean, in baseball, 16 games is really only like a week and a half, right?
Sing. Yeah, it is. But yeah, the Dodgers have had their number. The Dodgers are playing well, and the Dodgers are riddled with injuries. They got guys coming and going all the time. They just cannot get a complete healthy roster, but they continue to win. But again, so do the Giants, so do the Padres. Hard to make ground in that National League West. And also, listen, guys, I don't come on KCAL each Monday and Thursday morning planning to talk about Shohei Ohtani, but it always seems like the night before he does something ridiculous. And last night, Shohei Ohtani pitched 8 innings, struck out 8 batters, got the win to improve to 8-1 on the season as they beat Detroit 3-1. And, oh, by the way, home run number 40 on the season, which leads all of Major League Baseball, the first player to get to 40 home runs. Guys, again, I sound like a broken record, but he's doing new things and just outrageous things almost on a weekly basis.
Absolutely. And this is something that 40 and I have talked about, and I don't really understand with a lot of the purists of baseball, because they're actually pondering on whether they think this is one of the greatest single season performances ever. It's like, of course it is, because we've never seen anything like this. We're talking about a guy who is top 3 pitcher in the league and leads the league in home runs. Totally different beast. This is the greatest single season ever.
I mean, I guess not being a baseball guy myself, my question maybe to you two would be, what would it be for baseball fans to lead them to say this is not the greatest single baseball season we've ever seen?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's not even a question, because this is a totally different animal where you have a pitcher and a hitter all in the same. It's a totally different deal.
Right.
You know what this reminds me of is like Little League or even like high school baseball here in the Inland Empire. Like, usually your best player is also a pitcher. So when he's not pitching, he's playing like shortstop or first base or something like that. But at some point, they specialize. They become a pitcher, or they're just going to be, a field position player and be a hitter. And this reminds me of like the Little League teams where like your best guy did it all. He was your best pitcher. He was also your cleanup hitter because he was your best batter. Shohei Ohtani's that guy. If you had a Little League team, Shohei Ohtani is that guy.
No, this is amazing. And I mean, if it stopped right now, 40 home runs and his ERA, top 3 pitching, I mean, this would be a great season right now. And it's going to get even better.
Yeah, and if they could just get Mike Trout healthy, I mean, dude, that is a fantastic lineup. Get a little bit of pitching. The Angels should be so good. Just can't put it together.
You excited about Trout, too, over there, 40?
Who? Forgot all about him.
Showtime over there?
Hey, but Mike Trout's a big Eagles fan, 40, so you can get on board with that.
That's the one saving grace he has for me right now. I need him to get Ohtani to rock an Eagles hat, and then I'm just going to lose my mind.
Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
It's Inland Sports. We got high school football starting this week. If you want to know about all those big week 0 games, we got high school football preseason rankings. It's all on Inland Sports social media and the Inland Sports YouTube channel.
Thanks, Pep.